Hello and welcome back. Today we have Platinum Review number 56, Cat Quest II. Released in 2019, Cat Quest II is an action RPG developed by the Gentle Bros and published by P-Cube. Although available on multiple platforms, I played the PlayStation 4 version. A sequel to 2017's Cat Quest II takes place in the same universe, set several generations after the release of Alias from the Zero Dimension at the conclusion of the original game. Prior to starting the game, a brief cutscene provides some background information regarding a powerful weapon known as the King's Blade. This sets the tone for things to come, as the player selects how to play the game. This time, there are two playable characters, so the story can be played solo, swapping between them, or co-op, with each player controlling their own character. From here, the game begins, with a foretold prophecy regarding the two protagonists. They awake on Mumin shores as a friendly spirit Kiri approaches. Wearing a crown, Kiri appears to be the spirit of a past king, and refers to both the cat and dog as kings too, but they don't seem to remember who they are. The player then takes control and learns the basics of movement as they enter a nearby dungeon. Within, the first treasure chest is discovered and contains some armor. Although this first piece is called Cat Rags, any armor piece or weapon can be equipped to either character, and each have unique perks and stat modifiers. The player then learns the basics of combat, and how to read enemy attacks to dodge and follow-up strike. After taking the enemies out, the player discovers the magical abilities Flame Purr and Freeze Paw. One is assigned to each character, but these can be swapped and customized to your preference. In addition to a health meter, each character has a purple mana meter that will deplete when using a spell, but replenish when dealing melee damage. The player can seamlessly swap between the cat or dog at any point during exploration or battle to chain combos and take enemies out with massive damage. Through combat and exploration, the player will collect gold coins for spending and XP for leveling up. Once all enemies are defeated and all chests have been opened, the dungeon will be marked as complete. Make sure you're thorough though, as some chests are very well hidden along invisible paths. Found throughout the overworld are save points, which will replenish all health and mana while resting. Kiri informs the kings that their thrones have been taken by Lioner and Wolfen, so they enter a nearby King's Marker, which will serve as fast travel locations found around the map. This first one takes them to South Pot, a town within the kingdom of Feline Guard, which is ruled over by Lioner. Throughout the overworld, various NPCs can be found, and they will provide some additional details, background information, or funny snippets. It turns out, the Kingdom of Cats and the Kingdom of Dogs are at war with each other. As expected, Cat Quest 2 is full of cat puns, jokes, and references around every corner. The kings then make their way toward Kit Kat, the blacksmith, but she isn't there. So, they search for her in a nearby cave. Within, they help her retrieve some ores and return to her shop. Here, in exchange for some gold, the Ageless Kit, who looks exactly the same as the first game, will upgrade any armor piece of your choice currently in inventory. This was a change from the previous game, where Kit would generate or level up weapons and gear at random, and was a welcome change so you wouldn't waste money upgrading gear or weapons you didn't want to. Next, Kiri takes the kings to the mages to upgrade their magic. In exchange for gold, a magical ability of your choice can be leveled up, with a max level of 10, but there is no trophy associated with doing so. New to Cat Quest 2 are mage staffs that are ranged weapons that shoot projectiles and offer a new layer of combat customization. Found within certain dungeons are new magical abilities that can be unlocked, and the basic premise of Cat Quest 2 is to explore, dungeon crawl, level up gear and weapons, and complete side quests. The main story is a relatively short quest line, but the real gameplay experience is to see and do everything there is, which also serves as the Platinum progression. For the Platinum trophy, you must clear all 73 dungeons, complete all 67 side missions, obtain all 12 magic spells, and obtain all 101 pieces of gear and weapons. The in-game map can be zoomed out and searched through at any point, and this will show all undiscovered areas, as well as the locations of side missions. The sidebar will keep track of everything you have completed, and anything uncleared will be marked with a question mark on the map. Now, back to the main story. Kiri encourages the Cat King to reclaim his throne, so they pursue Lioner. However, he was onto them and has set a trap. After doing battle, Lioner escapes, leaving the king stuck on an island. In search of an exit, they explore the nearby ruins, battling through fierce foes and discovering a king's sigil. With this, it is foretold that a weapon can be forged, the King's Blade, which is needed to defeat Lionel, as he is currently resistant to all damage. So, they head for Kit to learn some more about the weapon. She informs them that the King's Blade shattered years ago out of fear, so the shards were separated to never forge it again. However, she senses something powerful and special within the kings, so she creates a trial to determine their worthiness. They pass the test and are rewarded with a key to King Leonardo's trial, where a shard lies within an ancient dungeon. After, another King's Marker is discovered, along with the usual accompanying lore. On a quick detour, a special type of dungeon called Ruins is discovered. These offer a trial of strength to unlock the treasure within. Enemies will spawn in numerous waves, and surviving until the end will complete the dungeon. After leveling up in preparation, the kings reach the trial of Leonardo. This giant maze-like dungeon has many powerful enemies, with a dragon as the final boss. Defeating them all will reward the shard, and a new royal art ability to deal damage while dodging. Upon exiting the dungeon, Kiri tries to make sense of everything. But unbeknownst to them, Lionel's spies are creeping nearby. They decide to show the shard to Kit and return to her shop. Unfortunately, The remaining shards are required to reforge the King's Blade, but Kit doesn't know where they are. Reluctantly, she must ask for help from Hato Doggo, a great weaponsmith found in the Dog Kingdom, the Lupus Empire. They make their way to the border of Feline Guard and the Lupus Empire, but the bridge across is cursed. And waiting for them inside is Lioner and his minions. Still unable to deal damage, Kit tricks Lioner and traps him, allowing for escape to the Lupus Empire on the other side. Kit stays behind, and the Kings reach Hato's shop. But he isn't there. They search the nearby desert and retreat back to the shop. Similar to Kit's shop, Hato can level up a weapon of your choice in inventory in exchange for gold coins. After some upgrades, Hato provides the Wolfhauser key to access some nearby ruins in the north, where another shard can be found. So, the kings head to the ruins. Within awaits the trial of King Wolfhauser. Another maze-like dungeon filled with many enemies must be battled through to reach the end, where Wolfen awaits. Shockingly, he is easily defeated, but it all begins to make sense. The entire battle was just an illusion, as Wolfen has already taken the shard. The kings escape the ruins and return with Hato to discuss their next move. Hato believes Wolfen will have taken the shard to the throne of Lupus in the capital city. The journey's gonna be tricky though, as Wolfen's canine mage unit is looking for the kings. They decide to power through anyway and enter the Capitol building. Inside, they find Wolfen and a strange creature, Master Alias. It turns out they have entered the Zero Dimension and must battle multiple Wolfen illusions. Thanks to Kiri's help, they are able to trap the real Wolfen and steal the King Shard, along with a new royal art, a rolling smash attack. Now, all that remains is the final shard. So the Kings and Hado meet up with Kit. To find the location of the shard, Hado and Kit combine their emblems from the first Kings and reveal a clue. This takes them to a cave north of the Capitol. But inside lies another clue. Unfortunately, this leads to the unreachable Plot Islands. To reach them, the Kings must learn the ability to walk on water. Similar to the first game, the local governor may know the secret, but the knowledge seems to have disappeared with the first governor. Luckily, his journal is available, only some pages have blown away. With the Dog King sniffing them out, they recover the lost pages, as well as an artifact. They bring them back to the governor, who combines them with the lighthouse crystal to access the first governor's memory. Within the memory, the Kings are tested to determine if they are worthy of the power and pass with flying colors. The royal art of water walking is unlocked, and along with it, a whole new layer of exploration, as many new areas can now be accessed. With the ability to walk on water, the king can now reach the location of the final shard, where within ancient ruins, the trial of the first kings awaits. The enemies within are easily defeated, and the final shard is obtained. Ready to reforge the King's Blade, the Kings meet up with Hato and Kit, but are teleported to a strange dimension with Alias emerging before them. To make matters worse, Lioner and Wolfen then arrive and steal not only the shards, but all royal arts, leaving the Kings powerless and trapped. Then, a shocking revelation, as the true identities of Lioner and Wolfen are revealed to be the kings themselves. It turns out that Kiri took them from an alternate timeline in order to save this one. But Lioner and Wolfen allowed them to get the shards, so they can steal them for themselves in a selfish effort to win the war, as they continue to obsess over dominance. Alias leaves, and the kings are left trapped in the Zero Dimension. With Kiri's help, they are able to locate Hato and Kit, who are also trapped. They battle dark entities, as Hato and Kit reconcile. They manage to find an exit from the Zero Dimension, but are now trapped on an island, having lost the ability to walk on water. The kings look around for a way out, and discover the tomb of King Feline Guard, but it's inaccessible. In order to unlock the tomb, the kings must pass 3 dungeon trials to prove they possess valor, mercy, and virtue. With these, the tomb is unlocked. As they explore, the kings learn some details about King Feline Guard and the war over the King's Blade. Unfortunately, at the end of the chamber is nothing but insight. However, it does reawaken the art of water walking. With this, the kings now travel back to the mainland and regroup at Kit's. Upon arriving, they discover that Lionel is ramping up the taxes as he prepares for something massive. They decide to sneak to the capital and spy on him to learn his plan. Lionel intends to use the Zero Dimension to sneak attack the Lupus Empire. They want more intel before acting, so they then head to the Lupus throne to spy on Wolfen and discover his plan as well. It turns out that Wolfen is onto Lionel and intends to set a trap. To regain the remaining royal arts, the kings must find Lupus's tomb, so they ask Hato for help finding it. Lucky for them, Hato knows just where it is. The only problem is that the entrance is blocked, so a secret path must be found. Within the tomb, the kings now learn some details about the shattered Kingsblade. At the end of the chamber again lies more insight, and the return of all royal arts. Now fully powered, the kings prepare to stop the war once and for all. They come up with a plan of attack, as Lionel is weak to magic, while Wolfen is weak to physical damage. The first stop is the capital, where the main building is actually a portal to the Zero Dimension. Within Lionel's domain, the kings battle to reach Lionel, where Alias watches on. Struck down, Lionel sees the error in his ways. Next up is Wolfen, where the throne building is another zero-dimension portal. Within Wolfen's domain, they do battle against him, with Alias once again watching on. Struck down, Wolfen too sees the error in his ways. With Lionel and Wolfen defeated, Alias is not deterred, and admits that in countless timelines, this is the only one in which unity overcomes fear and power. Although the war is finally over, Alias must be stopped, and he summons the kings to his dimension via a portal in the middle of the sea for a final showdown. From here, the kings power up in preparation. Though you earn a trophy for reaching level 99, there is no level cap, and by the time I reached the final quest, I was level 111. There is plenty of XP in surplus, especially if you equip the armor that boosts XP gains, and completing side quests and dungeons as you progress will leave you more than sufficiently powerful. The kings enter the portal and confront Alias. Searching for a power equal to his own, Alias asks the kings to join him. They refuse, and the final battle begins. Although powerful, the fight appears to be futile. That is, until united allies arrive in support. With this unity, the true King's Blade manifests, and with it, Alias is finally defeated, ushering in a new era of peace. With the war ended, Alias defeated, and the kingdoms at peace, the quest is finally over, and with it, one final detail that Kiri left out earlier. Now that they have completed their goals, the kings must return to their original timeline. So, they say their final farewell, we get a teaser for a potential sequel, and the game ends. At this point, you will have all story-related trophies. Although completing the main quest line will unlock New Game Plus and Mew Game, there are no trophies associated with them. Now, all that is required for the Platinum Trophy is cleanup, by completing any remaining dungeons, finishing side quests, collecting all gear, reaching level 99 if you haven't already, and learning any missing magic spells. While the Platinum process was straightforward, there were some tricks and Easter eggs along the way, with many awesome cat-themed references and jokes. Some of the side quests involve parodies of pop culture icons and classical figures, such as Harry Potter, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, a game of rock, paper, scissors, Naruto, Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series, Pandora's Box, Mozart. Batman. Cthulhu. Saving Private Ryan. And of course, breaking the fourth wall and finding the developers of the game themselves, the Gentle Bros. There are many challenging dungeons, including some that are level 99, 100, and even 200. As you explore, you will discover many secrets, and eventually the Golden Key, which unlocks all the golden chests around the map that would be otherwise locked. Overall, Cat Quest 2 was a really fun, laid-back, and hilarious action RPG that you could easily get lost in and complete in relatively short order. The platinum process is simple but sweet, with awesome references, funny dialogue, and interesting characters throughout. The game took the foundation that the original game laid out and built upon it, with several improvements and new features. There were now more weapon combinations and perks, with the Mage Staff serving as a major new weapon, allowing for range strikes from a distance and not just up-close combat. The game offered new magical spells and introduced royal arts for even more combat abilities. Having a second playable character added a new, powerful, yet strategic layer to battle. With 8 possible spells in play at once, and so many possible modifier combinations, there were countless customizable perks to try out, and see what build fits your personal preference and playstyle. For added fun and challenge, you could try to take on dungeons far beyond your level, to truly test your mastery of combat and avoiding damage. I recommend this game if you are a fan of the original, as it was a worthy sequel that left me very excited for Cat Quest 3. Whether you are a fan of cats or dogs, this game can be enjoyed by all, and is a wonderful, action-filled, casual, and charming experience that is simply a good time from start to finish. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time for Platinum Review number 57.